Okay, this video is aimed at homeschoolers who are going to be teaching history on a budget, and there are some websites out there that have full history curriculums. They can be quite expensive, so these are some really good alternatives for, people who are homeschooling on a budget. I'm going to start off with one that probably everybody knows. It's called Story of the World. It's a 4-book series. The great thing about this series is that it can cover a full 4 years. And another great thing about it is that it's told in kind of a storytelling format rather than kind of a textbook format. So it could be very engaging for young children. So this book, Ancient Times, you could start it in 1st or 2nd grade, and then, the next year you would move on to the Middle Ages, then to the early modern times. And then the last book, you would finish up in 4th or 5th grade. And this covers the modern age. Now, another really great thing about this series, if you want to expand beyond just kind of reading books, there's an activity book that goes with each of the main textbooks. And there's also a test book with answer keys for each one. Now, you don't have to worry about stopping to write all this down. If you go down to the description, I have a list of all the books that are going to be covered here. But this is a really nice feature of Story of the World, that it really is this, whole curriculum that will cover most of elementary school. And it's not that expensive to buy, compared to some other curriculums that are available. But of course, if you don't want to go with the test books and the activity books, you can just stick with the main book, which generally is about $12. Okay, this is a great book if you're really budget-minded, because the book with just text only costs about $5. This is called A Little History of the World by Gombrich. This is also like Story of the World. It's told in kind of a storytelling format. It's not going to last a full 4 years. You could probably, split it up and, use it over 2 years. It's kind of aimed at younger children. I would say, 2nd to 3rd grade would be really good years to use this book. There also is an illustrated edition, which is, I think, about $12 usually. You might get it cheaper used. Might be a bit better for kids to be able to look at pictures. So that is another option with this series. Again, a very good series, but, it would last maybe at most a couple of years, or one, depending on how much reading you want to do. This is another series that I really love. It's called the Complete Book of Series, and they've got, lots of different books in the series covering all kinds of subjects. These are out of print, but you can easily get them used or even new and very cheaply. These are told in, more of a textbook format, but are still easy to understand. They will only cover 1 year, though, and this one is aimed at grades 3 to 5. I would say it's good for any of those grades 3, 4 to 5. A big downside is it doesn't come with any tests or activities, which is unfortunate. It would be perfect if it wasn't for that. I mean, again, this is only going to cover 1 year, but, it's a really good option if you're willing to do kind of something different year to year. There's also the Complete Book of World History. Now, this says grades 4 to 8. I would not use this with a 4th grader. I think really it's probably ideal for middle schoolers, maybe 6th grade. Again, it doesn't have any tests or anything else, but it is, a really good book, well written. Again, it's just 1 year, so if you're kind of willing to try something different year to year, rather than have kind of a series like Story of the World, if you're kind of willing to do that, this is a really good option for one of those years. I would say it's really good for probably 6th grade to 7th grade. So I hope this kind of gives you some idea of some books that are available that are really good, give kids a very good overview of history, but don't really cost you a fortune. And again, all of these books are listed in the description, so you could just go down there and, check these out.